Welcome to Goodison Park for the first time this season as our JB Clark YouTube commentary coverage comes from this famous old ground for the first time this season, where we've got a real Monday night treat possibly in store for you between Everton, who have been steadily improving under Marco Silva, who takes on his former club Watford, who had a really good start to the season but have tailed off in recent weeks. But Everton do look a class side, although they were very, very unfortunate a week ago, just over a week ago, to lose the Merseyside derby by a goal to nil. But they came back with a point in the last midweek against Newcastle in their last game, and now we'll look to try and get back to winning ways against the Watford team, who, as I said, have started really well, but have just tailed off very badly in recent weeks. And the big news from Everton, that Richarlison, the former Watford striker, starts. He'll start up front for Everton today. And no Andre Gray in the 18 tonight for Watford. That, again, is another significant change. You've got me, JB, in the commentary box here at Goodison Park tonight. And of course, as usual, for our live matches, for our non-3 o'clock live matches, we are taking the chat again, and just put your comments and give if you want to shout out during the match, because this is the only one we're doing tonight. And of course we'll have some European commentaries in midweek from the Champions League and the Europa League, live and delayed coverage. So let's just remind you of the two teams. That the teams emerging from the tunnel, they're playing 4 at the back, Everton, so they're going to play with Gomez and Garner, Trezeguet in the holding midfielder role, and then Sigurdsson, Walcott and Bernard will go forward with Richarlison up front. So let's have a look at the team in full then for Everton, with Pickford in goal. Well, let's look for the Watford. They're going to play 4-3-2-3-1. So Ben Foster starts in goal for Watford, and then a back four of Holebas, Cathcart, Casabelli and Firmino. Then they're going to play 2 holding midfielders with Quina and Dakori. 3 attacking midfielders with Seema, Pereira and Isaac Success. And then up front, Troy Deeney. So they're going to play the same formation as Everton are, and they line up as follows. Jordan Pickford in goal for Everton. Coleman, Keane, Mina and Dignan, the back 4. Then it's Gomez and Trezeguet in the midfield, with Walcott and the 2 holding in the midfield. Walcott, Sigurdsson and Bernard, the attacking trio with Richarlison up front. As the teams now walk out under this fantastic atmosphere that is Goodison Park, and on a match day or a match night here, it's usually a very deafening roar. They come out to Z-Cars. Z-Cars being the theme song of this famous old club, taken from the 1960s television series. And it's always one of the great traditional football grounds. And Rusty's on saying good evening. I hope you're well. I'm very well, thank you very much indeed. This will be the last Premier League commentary for at least a couple of weeks, because we won't have any Premier League commentaries next week due to other commitments and work stuff. So the next commentary from the Premier League will be not until 2 weeks, just under 2 weeks from now. So this is the last Premier League commentary you'll get, but at least just under a fortnight. So we will be back with a vengeance, starting with Burnley's trip to Arsenal. That will be confirmed as a live match, kicking off at 12:30. Not this Saturday, but Saturday after, and then we'll have the late game as well that evening as well. Plenty to look forward to. We will have a delayed commentary next week of later this week of Liverpool against Manchester United from Anfield, so don't worry, we won't miss out on that one for you. We will bring you that as a delayed commentary. But as regards the live commentaries, this is where we are tonight, Goodison Park. Everton, a great side, a great football club, one of the traditional Premier League big boys, founder members of course of the original Football League back in 1888. facing off against Watford. So just to confirm the two lineups as follows. I'm going to go through them quickly. Pickford, this is Everton's lineup, 11 plus substitutes this time. Well, we've got Pickford in goal, Coleman, Keane, Mina and Dignano across the back. Gomez and Gay are the two holders. Woodcock, Sigurdsson and Bernard are the furthest midfield trio with Richarlison up front. On the bench, we've got Stecklenburg, Zuma, Chektoten, Tom Davis, now Calvert-Lewin and Abadola Lookman. For Watford, it's Foster in goal, Firmino, Casabelli, Cathcart and Holebas across the back. Then it's Decorah, Quina, the two midfield holders, Success Pereira and Sima, with Troy Dean in a man up front. On the bench for Watford, we've got Gomez, Mariappa, Delafeo, Massina, Shalabar, Wilmot and Okaka. The referee tonight is from Leicestershire, and that is Kevin Friend. So almost all set for the game. Should be an unbelievable occasion, as it usually is, with Z Cars playing in the background here. And I think Goodison Park is one of the great venues, I think, for football in this country. One of the great venues. It was also used in the World Cup, of course, in 1966, the scene of that famous 6-3 quarter-final between South Korea and Portugal, when Eusebio really shone that game when they were 3-0 down for Portuguese at that particular evening against the South Koreans, but then Eusebio came back. So there's been some great footballing moments at Goodison Park. Watford all in the green tonight, and they're not in their usual yellow. But one of the traditional football grounds. It's nice to see that Everton are still preserving Goodison Park for a few more years yet. I've been talk of new stadiums around that part of Merseyside. It's going to be Everton in their famous blue shirts and white shorts to get us underway. They're going to attack the Park Road end in the first half, and Watford in the green will attack the Gladys Street end in the first half. So essentially they'll be kicking from right to left. So Everton in blue, going from left to right. We'll get us underway then. Kevin Friend of Leicestershire blows his whistle and off we go then. Only that we've got a false start. So we have to go again. So the clock has been reset to 0. We had about 6 seconds of a false start, and this time we're underway. Second time of asking. So here come Everton now, looking towards Richarlison at the start, and he tries to play the ball forward, and now the ball is sped back here, and it's Dignan getting it forward, and there's a tremendous atmosphere inside this famous old ground, as it usually is on a night like this. And here's Quina getting it forward on the far side, now playing it towards the near side, of course, and this is number 12, Seema going forward, and a good ball towards Pereira with a good little cross back, and a little bit of a nervy start there from Everton, but a good positive one by Watford. Remember, attacking the Gladys Street end. That was a good little burst there in the opening 46 seconds. It's their 11th meeting in the Premier League. Everton have won 6 times, Watford twice, and 2 draws. And here come Watford again, and an early shot, and it's saved by Jordan Pickford. And it was Pereira with the effort on the far side. It was a really good play this between Success, and then the ball laid into Pereira. Just couldn't dig it out from under his feet. It was a decent effort, and already we've got I think we've got a really good game here as Gomez plays it out to the far side, and Coleman is there. Gomez now on the Everton right. Gomez swivels, turns, gets a good cross in, turned away by the defender Casabelli. Did really well there, the Watford defender. And now Success holds the ball up pretty well. Everton's last 5 games have been 1 drawn, 1 lost and drawn. Watford's form: loss, drawn, loss, and loss. So they've lost their last 3, including a 2-1 defeat on Tuesday to Manchester City at Vicarage Road. And here's Dignan now to play the ball in there for Everton from the far side. Header 1 and a good header 2, and a good header at the near post, at the far post rather, by Walcott, just on the edge of the 6-yard barrier, and well fielded at his near post by former England goalkeeper Ben Foster. We've played 2 minutes gone. Wilcox incidentally making his 300th league appearance for Everton, but in the Premier League based over 2 clubs. And of course that long spell we had with Arsenal, and of course he came to Everton in January. Has become a firm favourite with the Everton supporters, and he's still a player that does get bums off seats as Bernard tries to lay the ball in towards Richarlison. There has been a bit more evidence of free-flowing attacking play about Marco Silva. He was the original choice when they sacked Ronald Koeman well over a year ago. They ended up going for Big Sam Allardyce. There was murmurs that Sean Dyche was coming to Goodison Park, but that proved to be untrue. Everton looking to try and gain some success. They haven't had a major trophy success since 1995 when Joe Royle won the FA Cup with Everton. Apart from they've had a couple of cup finals since, but no great success. They've had within an ace of qualifying for the Champions League proper, but were beaten by Villarreal well over 12 years ago now. So they've had a bit of success over those lean years, but nothing in the way of major silverware, and I think Marco Silva will well be aware of that. They want to bring the good times back to Goodison Park. Also not a free kick against Richarlison for offside. Out of the League Cup, beaten by Southampton on penalties earlier on this season, Everton, so the best probable chance of success this season went by the wayside, but having a better season in the league, well inside the top 10, no need of relegation worries at the moment. I can never see Everton getting relegated. They're too big a club. And Marco Silva's done well. I think if he gets a chance, gets a couple of years under his belt at Goodison, I think he would be the man to bring the good times back to this famous old club. I mean, without a trophy since 1995. 20 odd years now since they've won a major prize, Everton. It's nearly 30 years. It's almost over 30 years since they were champions of the land. 2 championships in 3 years under Howard Kendall, an FA Cup and a Cup Winners' Cup. Likes of Sharp, Gray and Lineker, Trevor Stephen, Neville Southall and all. Watford weren't a bad side either themselves, but a free kick has been given to them. 5 minutes gone, 0-0. This is the challenge here by Sigurdsson. I thought he'd gone down a little bit easily there, the Watford player, I have to say. Corey made a little bit of a meal of it, but the referee, Mr. Friend, deciding to give the Watford player the benefit of the doubt. And here they come now down the far side with Deeney, but he runs out of pitch. Man who grew up in Birmingham, a Birmingham City supporter, no less, Troy Deeney. But a Watford legend in a lot of Hornets fans' eyes. No Etienne Capoue tonight because he's serving 3 match ban, the second of which is tonight. It was against Leicester when he got sent off. And the ball out for a throw-in. Yeah, he got sent off at Leicester, and at the end of it, it was a real blow for Watford. But they've lost their last 3 matches, including the one at the King Power. As Everton bring it away from former Burnley man Michael Keane. Interested to see how he's progressing now in Everton colours since his big move a year and a half ago from the turf. He did have a torrid start to life from Merseyside, but I have been on good authority that he's settled into life at Goodison Park a bit better this season. And Everton with a 3 kick just over halfway inside the centre circle. There's Richarlison, former Watford player, had a season there, was scoring plenty of goals when Marco Silva was in charge, but when he got sacked and new men came in, it just wasn't hitting off for him. And Richarlison went for nearly £40 million in the summer to Goodison Park, which quite a hefty fee. But they've got the Sheikh Farhad Mashiri is certainly pumping serious money into this great club as Dignan now plays the ball forward. Dignan might get a second bite at it. The ball was kept in play. I must admit, I thought it drifted out, but to be fair, he kept it in, and then Mina has conceded a free kick for foul on Isaac's success down on the near side. 7.5 minutes gone. Watford have a free kick. 0-0's the score. And Kiko, number 21, is going to take the free kick. Firmino is his name. Kiko Firmino, to give him his full title. Right and halfway, just inside the Everton half on the Watford right. And a free kick in towards the penalty area. Headed one by Deeney and behind for a goal kick. Decent free kick this from Watford. Into the penalty area it went. But Deeney just couldn't get the purchase or the wayward or the direction rather to get it on target. And besides which, I think I saw a push there possibly on Michael Keane. Don't forget, ladies and gents, if you are listening along tonight, don't forget to drop us a line in the comment section. We'll read out the most family friendly comments. We're still a family show. Russ is saying, listening to your commentary on my smart television in my bedroom. Thank you very much for that, Russ. As we see an offside there against Theo Walcott. Ball had already gone into the goalkeeper's gloves anyway. This is one of the great clubs of English football, Everton, there's no doubt about it. But have been firmly in the Merseyside shadow of their more famous neighbours across Stanley Park, Liverpool. We're top of the league at the moment after all the results had been totted up. Manchester City losing on Saturday night to Chelsea by 2-0. You may have seen throughout the weekend, and of course, Liverpool winning very handsomely at Bournemouth. Albeit a little bit controversially, but they're doing really well at the moment, Liverpool. The only unbeaten record left in the Premier League, incidentally, Liverpool. And here's Walcott now for Everton. Walcott now running at his man, trying to play the ball in. And Walcott will get the ball back, but the flag has got up for, I think, for an offside decision. A free kick to Watford. As we're coming up rapidly now towards the 10-minute mark. That's twice in a couple of minutes, actually, that Theo Walcott has been flagged offside. And in fact, that was not much. I'm just looking at a replay there on the 18-yard line. They've got a camera on the 18-yard line, and I have to say that was a very tight decision. I don't envy the assistant now having to make that decision. He ruled it in Watford's favour, but I think it was a close one. I think it could have gone 50-50 there. 10 minutes gone on the Monday Night Live, and it's Watford 0, Everton 0 here at Goodison Park. In the Premier League, our last live Premier League game for at least a couple of weeks. We'll have a delayed commentary of the big game on Sunday. We'll be playing on next Monday afternoon between Liverpool and Manchester United from Anfield. We'll be recording commentary on that one and bring it to you the next afternoon on a delayed stream as the ball is left forward. And of course we'll have some European action. Of course we've got some big issues to be decided in Europa and Champions League, of course. And here goes a chance now for Richarlison through the centre, looking to pick out. Oh, what a good tackle that was. But then Everton win the ball back. It was Sigurdsson the ball was intended for. I thought Richarlison might have gone through the centre and tried to hit the shot, but Decore got back there for Watford as well. Good purposeful run here from Everton. Breaking out of defence. Richarlison, maybe just not enough purchase on the ball. Just allow Cathcart to get back there and deny Sigurdsson possibly a shot at goal. 5 goals in 38 appearances for Watford last season. He's got 7 in 13 for Everton this season. And it shows the difference he makes when he's playing for a certain manager, i.e. Marco Silva, compared to all the Watford managers he had under last season. And that's a good ball round the corner to Dignan. And Dignan plays the ball in towards the back post again. Walcott was coming in at the back post and missed the ball by a good few inches. He's not the tallest of men. And Seamus Coleman doing well against Pereira on the far side. And sure, he was tripped there by Pereira. Free kick Everton. Coming up to 12 minutes gone here at Goodison Park. 0-0. Of course, it's the time of the year, of course, where the JB Clark YouTube channel will be busy with Christmas commentaries. We'll have Russ back in the box this month as well. And I'm sure Chris will have his 2 pennant during the festive season as well. As we're now covering our 37th match of the new season. And I hope you're enjoying every kick that we've brought you match commentary wise. There's a 3 kick swung in from the far side, header one inside the penalty area, and it's behind for a goal kick. I think it might have been Drissagana Gay, I think, inside that penalty area, was it? It might have been Mina, actually. Yes, it was Mina, sorry, not Drissagana Gay. Goal kick, though, nevertheless, to Watford. Remember, all in green, as opposed to their usual all yellow strip. Yellow shorts and black shorts. Watford form this season. First 4 matches won 4. What's not? Last 11 matches they've only won twice. 2 draws and 7 defeats. So it has tailed off a little bit their season. Here's Bernard now for Everton. Good ball out towards the far side again. And Walcott laying the ball into the penalty area. Still might come here for Everton again this time. Good possession kept here now. Mina has it now for Everton. And round the corner from Drissagana Gay, but cut out there by Cathcart. And now Dini has it over the halfway line for Watford. Plays the ball out towards the far near side, and here's the Seaman now to running defenders. He's run past 2 of them. He's cutting field and a big chance inside the area. Pulled back in there, looking for Dini, and he couldn't be found. And real opportunity there for Watford to take the lead, probably against the run of play. But here's the number 21 now for Mina, and it gets a deflection off a defender, Dignan, or Bernardo, sorry, and out for a throw-in. And again, they're all looking for all comers again. The number 12 there battling away there, Seamer. Now away come Everton. Now it's Watford's turn to have a go at the Everton backline, and now Drissagana again now running towards halfway, gets the ball over halfway. Now then, Walcott has it, surrounded by 3 green shirted players, brings Seamus Coleman into it. Over on the far side, it's Coleman now running at the defenders. Still Coleman into the penalty area. Good play this from Everton. Now then, the ball hooked back. Richarlison inside the area, and Richarlison scores against his former club. Struck it right-footed from the penalty spot, and he thrashed it in past Ben Foster. And Everton take the lead at Goodison Park with 15 minutes exactly played. Richarlison comes back to haunt his former club. Marco Silva will be relieved and delighted about that. It was a good move. Walcott was surrounded by about 4 or 5 green shirted players, got the ball somehow to the right hand side, and Seamus Coleman here. And Coleman did magnificently well, laid it into the path of number 8 Andre Gomez. Walcott may have been offside, but he didn't touch the ball. Crucially, the ball pulled back and on the right foot. First time, Richarlison pulled the trigger and hit the bullseye. Well, it was a goal that was needed. It's a lovely Everton break and a good finish into the right hand corner by Richarlison, the former Watford man. Comes back to haunt his former club. Watford offside appeals weren't given, and the goal certainly was to the delight of the blue half of Merseyside. So Everton in the lead. It's his 8th goal in the league this season, and as Watford try to come back again, all they get out of that is a throw-in over on the far side. Isaac success on the chase that time. He's having a good spell at the moment, Richarlison. Big money they paid for him by Everton standards, but boys, he repaid them now. 8 goals this season, including the one he's got. Important goal that, as a throw comes in for Watford, looking to hit back straight away. Coleman will hook it away almost from his own 6-yard line, and Watford get the ball back, and now Casabelli now to read it forward, and now number 21 Firmino gets it back to Ben Foster. No chance with the goal. Any Everton or Watford fans in the house tonight? We had Some fantastic Birmingham and Aston Villa fans the other week. There's an Everton player going down incidentally on the edge of the area, but Watford are playing on to Everton's frustration, and it's over the bar. It was Troy Deeney from 3 yards who lofted it over the crossbar. They would have been uproar if they had scored then, because Everton had a player down. Seamus Coleman is the man tagged. The linesman did put his flag up. And it was Pereira knocking the ball in, and in fact Deeney was caught offside anyway, so it's probably spared him a little bit of embarrassment as Queen had crossed the ball. It should score there for me, Deeney, but it would have been controversy if that hadn't got in, and that would have counted, but thankfully the linesman had the decent common sense to put the flag up, quite rightly so, as well, to first of all catch the man offside, Deeney, and secondly to get some treatment for Seamus Coleman. This is the goal again. Lovely work here from the number 8 here, Andre Gomes. Could be pulled back, and the Brazilian Richarlison, right foot, side foot, brilliant. Started by Seamus Coleman. Watford were claiming that Walcott was offside, but the appeal fell on deaf ears, so to speak, and in the end it turned out to be a costly one, a costly undecision for Watford, but a good one for Everton. Nice struggle up for them. And now one up as Pickford, who hasn't done much to do in the first half. The England number 1 at fault for the winning goal in the Merseyside derby almost 8 days ago now. And it was important that Marco Silva's team tonight get off to a good start. 1 point the other from the last 2 games. That will not have pleased the natives here, as Bernard now takes it up on the left-hand side. Bernard's cross deflected. It might come for Dignan now. He'll keep it in, and he crosses into the penalty area. The ball across to Richarlison again, almost getting in there. And a last-ditch saving challenge on the edge of the 6-yard line by Craig Cathcart saves Watford from going 2 goals down, because I'm sure when you put a pound to a penny, Richarlison was all set to strike goal number 2 there. Success goes forward down the far side for Watford. Success keeps the ball in. It's hooked away by number 13, Mina. Will it go for a throw-in for Watford? It will. Watford do look a little bit lively going down the flanks, especially Success. And Russ has confirmed my suspicions of maybe an offside there, because Everton really should have had that goal disallowed. I wasn't quite sure whether he touched it or not, but Russ has now confirmed on the stream that it should have been disallowed for offside. So maybe Watford were very, very unfortunate there to not have that goal ruled out. But it has been given, and there's nothing they can do about it now, other than try and get on with the game and try and get themselves back into the game. It is very, very annoying when a referee or a linesman does not make a decision like that, because I have to say Walcott did touch the ball on closer inspection. I didn't see it at the time, but having seen it again on replay, I think Watford do have a case. But here's Success now for Watford. Can they make a success of this? He goes down rather theatrically, I felt, but he's got the 3 kick in any case off Andre Gomes, who played a big part in Everton's goal so far. But Success drawing the 3 kick. Well, I think that's a poor decision from Kevin Friend, I have to say. Gomez has pulled his leg away for me, and Success has basically just fallen over, and it's almost a repeat performance as what we saw on last Wednesday when Sturridge cheated to win a 3 kick for Liverpool. And here are Watford, maybe the beneficiaries of a similar type of decision. 3 kick in a good position, and it's Olibas over it. I think Olibas might just fancy this with the left foot. Pickford has erected a 4-man wall. It's just to the right of centre. It's going to be Jose Olibas then. Left foot into the wall and hooked away by Everton. Wasn't the best 3 kick, and maybe justice in that respect was probably just about done. Good blocking there on halfway by Richarlison. That's good work from the Everton centre forward. Brazilian by name, English by nature in the way he blocked that attempted ball forward by Watford. And Alibasu will take the throw-in now for Watford. His free kick was an absolute disappointment, really, in terms of the way it was taken. Well, it's been a competitive first 22 and a bit minutes. We're halfway through the first half, as you can see, as we know at the moment, and it's 1-0. Remember, to Everton. The goal after 15 minutes from Richarlison against his old club. We won't debate whether it was offside or not now, because we've got a break on here now. Gomez into Richarlison, edge of the area, back in field again. It'll come for Dignan. Now Bernard. Bernard working it on the left-hand side, trying to cheese and trick his way past two Watford players, rather. And now a chance here for Bernard, but he's run out of pitch. And referee friend says goal kick Watford. But they've played really well today, Watford. But I'm having a look at the goal again, and I think Russ might be right here. The ball's played in. Walcott is definitely offside, and I just wonder if he's touched that on. Back to Gomez, and then Richarlison has fired it in. I think that is a very, very lucky moment there for Everton, I have to say. But the linesman didn't spot it, and that was the crucial thing, and Watford will claim that. And the television cameras will say differently, but the linesman, in more crucially for Everton, ruled in their favour, and they're 1-0 into the lead. But I do have a lot of sympathy there with the Watford players, and for the poor decision there. It was a poor decision by Kevin Friend and the linesman. Watford, however, have a free kick deep inside Everton territory, and again Hybas to take it once more. Now, can he put in a much better delivery into the penalty area? Not really. It comes out again towards the other side, and it's knocked out again. It was Firmino. We get a second opportunity here. Kiko is his actual name. He wears on the back of his shirt. Remember, Everton attacking the Park Road end of the ground, and Watford the Gladys Street in the first half. And we're approaching almost 10 seconds shy of the 25-minute mark here at Goodison Park. Everton 1, Watford 0. A disputed, controversial goal scored by Richarlison after 15 minutes. The difference as the cross comes in from the right-hand side. Watford on the attack, but then smothered by Jordan Pickford, who kicks long but goes through to the other goalkeeper, Ben Foster, who takes the ball quite confidently there. Let's hear some more comments, really. Other than Russ, anyone else care to comment? We know Russ is commenting, but let's have some more different commenters, please, so we can hear you loud and clear listening to the game. Tell me where you're listening to the game from, and we are going around the world, as we do for every live game that we cover here on this JB Clark YouTube channel. Watford, who have lost their last 3 games, don't want to make it a 4th, because we've seen one of the Pozzos in the crowd this evening, and a corner kick I think has been given. Yes, Walcott has won the corner from the right hand side. I'll tell you what, his game's improved dramatically since coming to Everton in January, Real Walcott. I think that's a great testament to him. He was having under a lot of pressure at Arsenal, going there so young, stayed there for 10 years, only had the FA Cup by way of success, but never really appreciated at the Emirates as the corner comes in from Sigurdsson. It wasn't a brilliant corner. I didn't really get past the first man. Sigurdsson will try again on the far side. The ball this time is a better ball, and in the end, what an opportunity that might have been for Firmino. He went for the dive header and ended up hurting himself in the process. I think he might have handled it, actually. And I think Kevin Prince shown him the yellow card for it. Let's have a look at what happened again. Sigurdsson's cross from the right, and yes, he's used a hand there, hasn't he? And that is a correct decision from Mr. Friend, the referee. You cannot get away with that. Clear handball, deliberate. I think he's trying to handle the ball Maradona style, a bit more spectacular than Maradona did 32 years ago against England in the World Cup. But and he wasn't going to get away with that. And the eagle-eyed referee not only gave a free kick to Watford, but he showed Mina a yellow card. And here come Everton again. This is Walcott down the right-hand side, and he's been taken out there. He won't be friends with half the Watford supporters at the moment, because he's just taken a glass of water on board, or a bottle of water on board here. Energy levels and all that sort of jazz. And here is Dignan now for Everton, playing the ball infield once again to Sigurdsson, and then Dignan was being fouled there, but the referee played on. Drissagana again. A little flick round the corner by Dignan. Did really well. Dignan again. Referee saying no foul. Everton fans don't like the decision. I'd have to say it did look quite a vicious challenge. One's got to say, but it has not been given. Everton have it now with Seamus Coleman on the far side. Coleman running at his man, Halabas, and he feels they should have a corner, and indeed they do. So a corner it is. We've had 29 minutes of the first half. As the corner comes in towards the 6-yard area, here comes for Dignan, who shoots. And shoots over the top into the park stand for a goal kick. Well, we've had it all in the last first half an hour then of this Monday night match. Live from Monday night game, I should say, from Goodison Park, where Everton lead Watford by 1-0 here in the Premier League. It's been a very good and very good match so far. But here come Watford looking for the leveller, the equaliser. Again, the tackles flying in there, left, right, and centre. The ball hutched back to the goalkeeper, Ben Foster. Kicks away right-footed. Over the halfway line it goes. Now a chance again for Everton to try and break forward, and they've got Mina breaking back to Jordan Pickford. Kicks away left-footed down towards the right hand side, the far side as we look. Header back there with Richarlison almost onto it, and Cathcart did well there. Good recovery there from Cathcart. Olivas almost putting Watford under pressure then with the header back. So 8 goals in 14 appearances for Everton, only 5 in 38 for Watford last season. We all know what happened there. It's just Coleman trots towards the penalty area on the far side. That's in line as the ball comes forward. Attempted cross is blocked away. And the ball back with Drissagana again now for the Evertonians. Looking to get back to winning ways after a disappointing and tragic end to the Merseyside derby a week ago. And here come Everton again, or Watford rather. A ball forward now, and a chance here now, but offside is given. Offside, I think, against Isaac's success. Disappointment there for Watford as they look to try and exploit Everton's defensive line, but thwarted by a linesman's decision. Still 1-0, coming up towards 32 minutes of the first half at Goodison. And kicked away by Pickford. Pickford's kicks a good one up towards Richarlison. Richarlison holds the ball up as well as he can, but he's lost possession now, evidently, And then the ball headed back, and the chance now, but just again now to take the ball for Everton. Plays the ball back to Michael Keane. Keane in turn knocking it out, and then Andre Gomez getting really poor there with his clearance. Hello Michael, hello to you, good evening to you. A good win for the Arsenal on Saturday. Did Burnley a favour by beating Huddersfield at the Emirates, so I thank you from the bottom of my heart to you guys as a Burnley fan to Arsenal, but I'm sure we won't get any favours from you in 2 weeks' time. We'll be covering that game incidentally at the Emirates Stadium, our next live Premier League offering, as the attempted shot from about 45 yards comes in and is caught by the goalkeeper. We've got some European action to come in midweek. No live match this weekend. We will have a delayed commentary of the big game between Liverpool and Manchester United coming up for you a week today, and that will be streamed on Monday afternoon at around about 3:30, 4 o'clock in the afternoon for you to listen to, and to listen to the thrills and spills again of what might be a very interesting game of football. But the kickoff will be at 4 o'clock next week, as Walcott's been penalised by foul on Pereira, and 3 kick to Watford in a pretty dangerous situation. Now then, an opportunity lies itself now for Watford. Hollybass over the free kick. He's taking some very poor free kicks already this evening. At least this one to be better. Cathcart's forward from the back with Charlton success is in there. So too is Deeney, but so too was Jordan Pickford. Good confident catch by the man all in yellow tonight, and he did really well there, the Everton goalkeeper. Now Gomez for Everton, the number 8 on the left hand side on halfway, flicks the ball towards the far side, and Seamus Coleman, a terrific player in his own right. Mr. Consistency whenever he dons that blue shirt, or even the green shirt of the Republic of Ireland. And here is number 13, Mina, who's now been penalised, of course, and booked for a handball offence earlier on in the first half. Remember, Richarlison, controversial goal after 15 minutes. Was Walcott touching the ball when offside and interfering with play? And if so, and it looks as if it's a massive if, because it seems to me that television evidence has told us that it was offside, and Watford will feel very hard done by as the aforementioned Walcott runs into trouble, and away goes Hollybass. Hollybass now towards halfway on the left hand side, feeds it now to Isaac Success, who goes down again a little bit theatrically again as we go towards 10 minutes of the half time to go. Michael Keane's furious with Kevin Friend, the referee. I think Isaac Success is actually looking for 3 kicks a little bit here. Well, it was a little push, but nothing much. I think he's gone down rather too easily there, Success, and that's one of the traits of his game. He's gone down too easily millions of times. I think that's what Seamus Coleman is trying to explain to Mr. Friend here, the referee. But Coleman is furious, and you can understand the Irishman's fury. Kevin Friend of Lancashire was adamant that was a foul. It didn't look a foul from where I was sitting in the Bullens Road end of Bullens Road stand. So a 3 kick, 25, maybe 30 yards from goal. Pereira to go short, and this time the ball chipped into the Everton penalty area towards the right hand end of the ground, and a chip forward, and it's going to be a difficult one for Pickford, who flaps at it, gets a fist on it, but the ball then hooked back in. Still a chance for Watford, but the ball is out for a throw in. Pickford probably got away with it there a little bit there. Remember, he was at fault for the winning goal in the Merseyside derby. Then they drew 1-1 with Newcastle on Wednesday. As the ball comes in, it was him and Casabelli going for it. I have to say though, Casabelli did collide with the goalkeeper. I think that's what Pickford was getting a little bit touchy about. A Success attempts to keep it in, which he did, but Mina gets it away now for Everton. as the ball is given away once more, and still no change in any of the scores here at the moment. 1-0 is the score, and it's been like that since the 15th minute. But here come Watford again. Good football again, and Seaman now gets the cross in, and a header back. It's wide by Pereira inside the penalty area. Goes wide of the left-hand post, and in the end, Watford, for their endeavours, don't get any reward for it. Good ball in there by Seaman. Pereira just needed to be a bit more contact, maybe. It was just the faintest of flicks, I suppose. Needed to have better contact. It just wasn't there. And wide of the far post it went. Remains 1-0 to Everton as we come up towards 38 minutes of the first half played. And as usual in our live matches, we'll take a 10-minute break. Steve, one of the Stevenage players that I was mates with, is on the bench. So Ben Wilmot, former friend of Michael there, he's on the bench. So that's his name, Ben Wilmot. Meanwhile, there's nothing happening at the moment because there's a goal. I think the referee was giving one of the Watford players a bit of a telling off. Everton now taking the goal kick, and ball back with Pickford. Pickford's clearance only reached halfway, and it came to a green-shaded Watford player. Back to Ben Foster. Apart from the goal, really hasn't had too much in the way of shot stopping, mind you. To a certain extent, neither has Pickford. But it's still been a decent match at the moment as the ball is threaded out towards the cross again, and it still might break inside the area for Troy Deeney. The initial cross there was by Firmino, and he gets the ball on the right hand side. Firmino's cross, he's a dangerous one inside the 6-yard area, and dealt with by Mina for a corner. And all of a sudden now, Watford are back in business. They're coming back into it a little bit now. One-0 still to Everton at Goodison Park. And Cathcart, the former Blackpool defender, now is up from the back. Can Watford shot the goal of Goodison Park? Olivas with the corner at the Gladys Street end on the right hand side. Hits it left-footed into the penalty area. Pickford's underneath. It only flapped at it, but he was saved by Dusaganagay, just hooking it away. And it clears to halfway, but Watford return the ball back with compliments. And in fact, a foul has been given against Olivas, and a free kick to the vast relief of Goodison Park to the home team. 5 minutes to go to half time. Everton lead Watford by a goal to 0 here on the Monday game live. Everton doing better in the league than they were doing 12 months ago before Big Sam took charge. There was a lot of bad movements about Sam Allardyce. His style of play was very one-dimensional. It got Everton towards the top 10 when it could have been a whole lot worse for the half of Merseyside last season, but they got the man they originally wanted, and that was Marco Silva. And so far, that appointment is now paying dividends. And look at Seamus Coleman. What a good run that is. Nannan, chance here for Walcott. Walcott now. Coleman has to get back on side here. If he has to make himself available to Walcott. And Walcott had to do it all by himself. And Troy Deeney, of all people, having to get back there. That's the main striker, and hook it away for Watford. And that's how difficult it's been for Watford, really, in the first half. That Deeney has had to play so deep. I don't think Javi Gracia will be very pleased about that, to be quite honest. 4 minutes left of the first half. Dignan now chipping it forward down the left-hand side, and the ball is forward towards Boston. It looks as if an Everton player had gone diving down there. Richarlison was the man. In fact, he was trapped offside anyway, so I don't think a penalty was never going to be given, but be interesting to see. Well, I don't know. Richarlison, I think he's probably level. And then there's a push there. Now, if the flag doesn't go up there, I think the referee gives that, I feel. Everton a little bit unlucky there, I have to say. But it says a lot about Watford's poor showing in the first half that Troy Deeney's had to come back and defend a little bit. In La Liga, Girona and Athletic Bilbao playing out the Monday night match equivalent there in Spain, and it's 0-0 in that game as Sigurdsson breaks it out. The penalty area shoots and he deflects off Cathcart for a corner. Good football down the left hand side, and again the Iceman, the Icelandic Sigurdsson involved in all the good play again. He's coming back to the Sigurdsson of old in his days at Swansea City many moons ago. There was his shot, step forward. I think Ben Foster might have got it, but I don't think Craig Cathcart was taking many chances there and just did the season thing, got a block on it and got it out for a corner. Sigurdsson will take for Everton. We'll be seen again on the YouTube channel on Boxing Day. You'll be able to hear that one with us as the corner comes in from Sigurdsson towards the back post and hooked away once more. And here's Coleman now to bring it on halfway line. I'll read Mike's comment in a minute or two. Walcott takes possession on the right hand side. Walcott, good rebound run, terrific run there by Walcott, showing the prowess of the days of his start of his career when he ripped Croatia to shreds in that World Cup qualifier back in 2008. That was a really good bit of running there. That's the sort of run we saw him make on a regular basis 10 years ago, even in an England shirt, when he got that famous hat-trick in Croatia. Free kick to Watford. No, just read Mike's comment. He felt it wasn't offside personally, although it was just onside, and he would have given the penalty if refereeing it. So yeah, but let's look at that run again from Walcott. It was just, I'm just absolutely dazzled by him. I just honestly think if he'd have had a better, I think he didn't. He had a lot of injury problems as well at the Emirates, which didn't help his cause for club success, and of course it didn't help him as regards England, but he sure got to be in line for a possible England call-up if he keeps playing the way he's playing at the moment. He does look a threat, and every time Walcott gets the ball, there's a player down on the inside the centre circle, still inside the Everton half. Watford clean on, and the Shepherd goes just wide inside the penalty area for Troy Deeney, and Everton are furious. They felt Richarlison was injured, and the referee, they felt they had to stop it. I don't know whether Richarlison is acting the goat here or whether he's actually hurt. You can never tell with these foreign players. Watford got on with it, and Deeney almost ghosted in there, and that good saving factor, I think, by Jordan Pickford. Well, I'm not sure there was much contact there, unless Richarlison has fallen awkwardly, which I'm not sure he has. I don't know what unless he's injured his shoulder. Everton felt they had to stop it. The only way under FIFA rules, and we believe there's one added minute incidentally. Now this is the incident again. Richarlison is there. Oh yes, there is a bit contact. I didn't see it from the first angle. When you see it from the angle from the Gladys Street end of things, then there is a bit more evidence there to suggest Richarlison's case. Anyway, no goal scored from it, and it wasn't a corner as I initially thought. I thought Pickford had saved it, but he hadn't, and a goal kick's been taken. We're now past the halfway mark of the 1 minute. That's going to be added on for stoppages, and this is a Deeney now for Watford up towards success. This is going to be the last attack. Success goes down, doesn't get anything for that, and that looked more free kick than the previous two he already got. Well, maybe the referee's wised up to his free tactics a little bit there. But I have to say, it did look more cast iron than the ones before that. Let's have a look. Well, certainly Mina's barged him off there, and I think there's more of a case of that free kick than the previous two he got under false pretences. I don't think Kevin Friends had his best game as a referee. Let's be fair. Everton coming forward in the last attack of the half, and Sigurdsson hits the post at the end. And the whistle had already gone by that point, and there is the whistle. So Richarlison's controversial, shall we say, goal after 15 minutes is the difference, and Javi Garcia, well, you can tell what he thinks. I don't think he's happy with most of the refereeing, but amazingly it's 1-0, and I think the goal should not. I'm in agreement with Bruce and Mike. I think the goal should not have stood. There was as the ball was played forward by Gomez towards the far side, Walcott touched the ball when he was clearly offside, but the referee's assistant didn't spot it, and then it allowed Gomez to get the ball, hook the ball back across, and Richarlison prodding in his 8th of the season against his old club to give Everton the lead, but plenty of controversy at the end of a really high-octane first half. Only one goal in it, but so many talking points. It's going to be untrue as the teams make their way off the field at the end of a feisty but controversial first 45 minutes here at Goodison Park. And at this point, just before we go to before we take our 5-minute break, Russ is going to tell us of half-time scoreline at Athletic Bilbao 0, Girona 0. That's in the Monday night equivalent to La Liga style in that game over in Spain. So Everton lead 1-0 at half-time here at Goodison Park. We're going to take a 10-minute break as we always do, and we'll be back within 10 minutes' time. A full second half commentary of Everton against Watford. Half-time here at Goodison. Everton 1, Watford 0. Welcome back to Goodison Park, where the teams have just re-entered the field, and it's Watford in the green to get us underway. And there was a point made in one of the comment sections earlier that if the referee had have given the free kick against Mina, he could have actually seen red because it was a second yellow card offence. And I have to say, it looked more a foul on success right at the end than it did the first two times he got the decision. So there you are, look into that if you will. Anyway, the referee's back out, they're all set to go. Watford a goal down, rather controversially get a game underway. They're attacking the park end towards our left. Let's remind you of the two teams. Everton with Pickford in goal, Dignan, Mina, Keane and Coleman across the back. Gomez and Trisagana-Gay are the two holders, and then it's Bernard, Sigurdsson and Walcott, the three further attacking midfielders, with Richarlison the goal scorer up front. Watford lined up with Ben Foster in goal, then it's Holebas, Cathcart, Cabazzelli and Firmino at the back. Quina and Decore, the two holding midfielders, and then it's Sima, Pereira and Success, the attacking midfield trio, and Troy Deeney leads the line up top. No changes from either 11. On the bench for Everton, as they just attacked for a second or two with Walcott, but the ball runs back and it's cleared by Coleman. We've got Stecklenburg, Zuma, Tozen, Davis, Calvert-Lewin and Luckman. For Watford, it's Gomez, Mariappa, Gerard Delafeo, Massina, Shalabar, Wilmot, young Ben Wilmot, which Mike was telling us about earlier on, and Okaka. The referee, of course, is Kevin Friend from Leicestershire, who's not had the greatest of nights at the office so far. Everton have taken a throw-in on the right-hand side, but it's been given away. Just to remind you that the Man of the Match award will be in operation after 60 minutes here at Goodison Park this evening. And let me know what you think around about the 60-minute mark, and I will give you the signal around about the 15-minute mark of the second half for you to start getting your votes in for Man of the Match, and the votes will close as soon as we hit 90 minutes of today's live game. Good afternoon if you're, good morning if you're listening over in the States, good evening if you're here in Britain, and again good morning if you're watching in Australia, because it's, I think it's about 6 o'clock in the morning now in Oz at this point in time, as we get the corner to Watford. Isaac Success winning the corner. Remember, Everton now defending the goal to our left, and they're attacking the Gladys Street end on a bitterly cold night here on Merseyside here in Liverpool. Free kick, or corner rather, to Watford. One goal down, can they hit the equaliser straight away? Holebas with the corner from the near side into the penalty area towards the far stick that time, and in the end Everton deal with it okay, and the ball then hooked well over halfway towards the midway point of Watford's half, and the ball runs dead. Queen just let it go. It is a throw in deep inside their own half to Watford, halfway inside their own half in fact. Queen first career start, mid Premier League debut as substitute last time out in that defeat to Manchester City. This is his first start in his Premier League career. Been a long time coming. So a throw-in taken, header on, and the ball out of play, and it will be a throw-in to Everton. Coleman throws it back, and it will be Mina to get the ball back to Jordan Pickford. Mina very lucky then in a lot of respects to still be on the pitch. Remember, he picked up that yellow card for the deliberate handball earlier on in the first half, and then there was the shenanigans of that free kick right at the end of the first half. But we'll be with you hopefully until about 10 to 10 tonight. We won't be having any Monday night debates. Some of us have got an early start in the morning. Others have to set their alarm for a proper day job at 6 o'clock tomorrow morning. So I can't really afford to hang around for too long once the final whistle goes tonight. So we'll probably be off just before 10 o'clock this evening. Everton 1, Watford 0 is the score here at Goodison Park. Watford going ahead for a 15-minute. Everton rather going ahead for a 15-minute goal, controversial goal scored by the former Watford striker Richarlison. Interesting to see the Watford fans before the start actually saying that Marco Silva was a snake. No, and the moment his team he's having the last laugh against Watford at the moment. They need to extend the lead, however, and this is Coleman down the right hand side. Coleman just checks back in, finds Walcott, and then makes the run, and the ball threaded through, but the ball from Gomez just runs out of play. Thank you, Mike. I'm really looking forward to it. A bit nervous now because it being the night before and that, but while we're commentating on this game tonight to take any nerves away. There's Marco Silva, the Everton boss. Here's Ben Foster, a Watford keeper, beaten by that goal scored by Richarlison. And here is Richarlison inside the centre circle, just inside the Watford half of the field. Remember, 1-0 is the scoreline, and the ball up back, but out of play it goes. I think once we get towards the closing stages, it will be interesting to note how the rest of the game will be played out. Well, I'm not sure. I'm completely neutral. I'm just commentating on the game. At the moment, it would be even Stevens, but Everton have got their noses in front, and that's all that concerns me at the moment. A good game of football. That's all I want to see happen in the second half. There's plenty of goals. Don't care who wins, as long as we have a great game of football. And here's success. Long ball forward, and that's going to pick out in the end. Jordan Pickford or Aldini made a fantastic little run there through the centre. 1-0 is the scoreline. In case you missed it, a 15-minute goal from Richarlison. Very much the controversial side. So here come Everton trying to go for the second goal. I do like Everton under Marco Silva. Much changed, new look side from the one Allardyce had last season. I think Richarlison has been a buy. It was deemed a massive risk as the ball goes back to Pickford, and him and the defender got in each other's way there. Seamus Coleman, in fact. It might have been Michael Keane. Seamus Coleman, the captain, so come on lads, talk amongst yourselves and stop talking amongst yourselves. We've got a game to try and win. Won't forget a throw in on the near side as we look, and it's Holebas taking it, getting it back there to number 20 Queener, and now Decore plays the ball out towards the far side this time. Decore gets the ball back. Decore over the far side now. Watford looking for this equalising goal here. We've had 53 minutes of the first half, 8 minutes of the first half, or the second half rather gone. Second half, I should say. Decore finds Queener. Queener gets the ball back a second time and runs towards the near side. Queener, oh dear me, that was a dicey ball to play. Sigurdsson intercepted, but it has been an illegal challenge, and Everton have got to react quickly because Watford have taken it quickly. And here's a foul there on Success, a free kick, and Mina's got to watch his step because he's on a yellow card. He can't afford to argue with the referee. He's furious with Success. He feels that Success has won the free kick again under false pretences. Well, I don't know. The referee was adamant. Bit of pushing and shoving going on, but how much contact was there? Well, not really that much. Well, I'm really worried for Mina here because he's running that risk of being sent off the field. But what it does give us a chance here for an equalising goal here. Pereira will take it. I fancy it on the right foot, I would have thought. Success is the odd man in a 4-man Everton wall. 5-man if you include him. Pereira and the number 12 Seaman of the 2-men committee. And Olibas goes for the free kick, and it's side netting. Side netting. Half the ground thought it was in. I think half the Watford fans thought it was in. But it's hit the right. It's hit the far side netting and behind for a goal kick. And I think Pickford might have had it covered anyway. From the first angle, from the naked eye, it did look as if the ball had snuck in, but it hadn't. It struck the side netting. Just to remind you that we'll have European action during the midweek on Wednesday and Thursday. Live and delayed on the JB Court YouTube channel. No live Premier League games commentaries. We will have the delayed commentary of the Liverpool-Manchester United game next week. And then we'll be back with live action, not this weekend, but the weekend after, with Arsenal-Burnley, the first of our live features, as we count down to Christmas. As we see an incident here involving Deeney and Coleman, which I think Deeney won the battle there. I think it's a throw-in, in fact. I thought it might have been an Everton 3 kick, but it's not. It's Holibas with a throw-in. When Dave Challoner style into the penalty area he goes. Long throw-in, causing a little bit of trouble in that area to defence, and the shot came in. And Decore took a couple of nicks. And out of play. I don't know who it came off last. Decore there. It was a bit of a crowd scene. It comes off an Everton player last. So it should be, by all intents and purposes, a Watford corner. Indeed it is. Watford are not finished yet. We're into the 11th minute of the second half. The ball hooked out towards the far side. Across into the penalty area. Headed away by Mina, who's very lucky to still be on the field, in my opinion. He's dicing with death a little bit. And good play by Gomez, but it's an extensible Watford corner. Now having a good spell here, Watford. Looking for this leveller. Pereira to take the corner then, near side, left hand side as we look. Can Watford level? Be interesting to see if they do level here. So Pereira's going to go long from the left hand side. As we look for an equaliser, or as Watford rather look for an equaliser. 57 gone, and it's a short one here to number 20 Queener. And Queener's cross is deflected, and it'll probably break here by Holibas. Yes, it will. Now a chance here now for success to maybe get on the end of it. Deeney's there first, and looks like Watford could be bringing on a sub in a minute as the shot comes in and it's turned away. It was a shot from 20 yards just to the right of centre from Troy Deeney, left foot, and goalkeeper Jordan Pickford had to turn it away. Meanwhile, Gomez is down on the floor for Everton. Clearly looks in some discomfort there. We might have a stretcher job. I think a stretcher job it may well be at this stage. It was hurt in the collision with Isaac Success, and then Deeney was in there too. That's how the accident happened, and then Deeney went on to have the shot which was palmed away by Pickford. And there's a little bit of a hold up here. So we now have hit the 58th minute mark. Don't forget your 2 minutes. We're 2 minutes shy of voting off the JB Man of the Match. Don't forget, if you want to count your vote for JB Man of the Match, all you got to do is select the player of your choice and then send it to me via the messaging thing, the messaging sector. Delafair's about to come on incidentally for Watford, former Everton player as well. Spent some time at Goodison Park, so you might get a hot reception. Meanwhile, as I was saying, if you want to make a vote for Man in the Match, all you got to do is type the name of the player you want to see win the JB Man in the Match. But they'll only count if you put JB in small letters, hashtag JB in small letters, and MOTM. Okay, all in small letters, all big letters, whatever you want to do. JBOTMOTM. Okay, that stands for JB Man of the Match. Meanwhile, we're seeing a substitution. Number 12 here is coming off, Seema. And Gerard Delafeu comes on to play against his old team. And actually gets a good rousing reception from the Evertonians who know the contribution he made in his time here at the club. Nice sporting applause from the Everton fans, the Evertonians here at Goodison this evening. And now we're going to... I think Gomez is fit and ready to go, but Everton temporarily down to 10 men. Cathcart with a crossing from the left-hand side towards the near far side, and it's out of play. Not a good cross by Craig Cathcart's standards. I'll get my teeth in at some point this evening. And a goal kick it drifts out for. So 1-0 is the scoreline. We're past the hour mark here at Goodison Park. And Avi Grazia's men have had probably the better of the second half thus far. They've made the first change of the game. But it's going to be nip and tuck all the way to the finish. One gets a feeling here. So here we go. Finally a goal kick will be taken, and back on field we go, and it's a kick forward by Pickford, and Everton now looking to make it pay. They've got a free kick on halfway line there against, is it Success? I'm assuming it is. And now a free kick has been taken quickly now, and the ball hooked back. This is going to be Pickford's on the edge of his own penalty area. Hooks it away. Left-footed, out of play, is it? Yes, it is. So it wasn't the best kick in the world. Pereira to take it. Well, we'll be with you until about 10 to 10 this evening here on the JB Claret YouTube channel. And we've just got under half an hour to go of the game and the broadcast. For stoppage time, of course. Should we need it. Walcott has kept the ball in play, but Pereira's won the ball back here for Watford. Pereira towards the edge of the area. Still on the left-hand side, but the ball is now being flooded back, and there's still a chance here for Watford. The Corey now has possession. Ball played over towards the far side, and it only half away. Delafeu takes possession. That's a good ball. Now then, a chance here, first time cross, and a chance, and off the post, and off the hand of the defender, and in. On goal. And it's come off Seamus Coleman. Pereira celebrates, and you've got to say on balance, Watford deserve it. 1-1. It will go down as a Seamus Coleman own goal, I'm afraid. But Watford worked the ball well to the far side. It was a wonderful bit of play here. Then the cross came in. And no chance for the keeper, and it just sort of rebounded off the defender. I don't think you could put that down to a mistake, really, by Coleman. I don't think he really knew much about it, but Pereira should have scored there first up. Hits the post, and then the ball deflects in to the net off Seamus Coleman. It was a mistake originally by Dignan that put Everton in a spot of bother, and it turned out to be an unfortunate one for poor Seamus Coleman. So 1-1 the score at Goodison. And the game, all of a sudden, back into the melting pot there. So we're all back in the melting pot at 1-1. And it all still could be happening here. So we've got about 25 minutes, maybe more, to find a winner. Don't forget the JB Man of the Match. Choose your player and then hashtag it with the words hashtag JBMOTM, please. Everton about to make a substitution, incidentally, and it looks as if Abdullah Lookman is going to come on, the former Charlton player. He's going to now enter the fray, so to speak. And but here come Watford once again. They're making some good inroads, and again a chance here for a crossing from the far side, and a header coming in. It's another goal for Watford. That's 2 in a minute. It's 2 in a minute for Watford. This is unbelievable. Deeney and Decore celebrate, And Watford go 2-1 up. A free header from 6 yards. And Everton, who seemed in control, have all of a sudden fallen behind here. And Marco Silva has got a job on to save this game now. Everton did not switch on from the quickly taken 3 kick. And I think it's Troy Deeney who gambled in there. Decore with the cross. And in fact, it was Decore with the header rather than the cross. It was a good, quickly taken 3 kick. It's Delafeo here with the cross, I think. There's the ball back. And what a header that is. And Pickford really should keep that out. It's a lovely crossing pack. It's Pereira's ball back, sorry. And there's the header. And in came Decore. Couldn't tell who scored there. But it is. He's only his 2nd goal of the season. But what a turnaround here. And Watford have lost the last 3 on the bounce. Are ahead here at Goodison Park. It's Everton 1, Watford 2 now. And what a match this is turning out to be. So off comes Walcott, Lookman on. As Everton look for some fresh legs to try and turn this one around. They've been poor second half, it's got to be said. And they've made another substitution meanwhile. And on comes Calvert-Lewin to be replaced, or to replace rather, Bernard. Wow. It's been some second half this. Anyway, 3 kick and throwing it towards the penalty area, and Everton claim a penalty, and have got the penalty. A penalty to Everton. Must have been for pushing. Looks like Pereira's the guilty party. Let's have a look at it. It comes from the throw-in. In fact, it's not. It's Decore, I think. Or Casabelli, sorry. It's a push here. And that's a definite penalty. Dignan, the man who was fouled, I think. But it's Seamus Coleman from the penalty spot. Russ has put a... It's Mina that's been fouled. That's a bit ironic, considering he should have been sent off the field. But it's going to be Gylfi Sigurdsson now. And all of a sudden, we could see another change in the score within 3 minutes. Sigurdsson from 12 yards against... Ben Foster at the Gladys Street end away to my right. 67 minutes almost gone. Shortest run up. Right for the penalty, you would think, from the Iceland man. Referee making sure that everyone's outside the penalty box in the D. Blows the whistle and Sigurdsson strolls up and saved! Saved by the legs of Foster! And Watford stay in front. Everton missed the penalty and a chance to draw level at 2-2. Wow. It's some second half this. Lookman has possession for Everton and halfway, but he loses out. So I'll have to have a look at the replay then. That's a brilliant save from Ben Foster. Well, he made his reputation at Manchester United in penalty shootouts, you may remember, in a League Cup final when he was watching an iPod of where the Spurs players took the penalties, you may recall. Well, he made a big save there. Right foot penalty. It was firmly hit, but not true enough, not high enough to beat the goalkeeper, who saved well with his left foot, and his outstretched left foot at that. What a save that is from Ben Foster. Keeps Watford in the lead with 68 minutes of the game gone. What an unbelievable last 5 minutes of play we've had here. 2 goals and a penalty, and now the penalty save. And Dignan is the choice of Russ Burnham for man of the match. But his team are losing. 2-1 to Watford. It's turning into a real cliffhanger, this one. Who's going to win it and from here on in? It's anyone's guess here, to be quite honest with you. The Corey has put Watford ahead. What a moment that could be for Javi Gracia. One of the Pozzos is in the stadium. I saw before the start the Pozzo family, who are Watford, who are not averse to sacking managers halfway through a season. But what a result this could be for Javi Gracia. If his team can hold on for victory here at Goodison Park here this evening. It's 2-1, remember. And this is going to be some finish now. I can't quite believe what I'm seeing. But here we are now, 2-2. What a finish we're in for here now. It's Everton start to come charging forward, but they've lost the ball. And Mina has... Oh, is he punched Success? Success is clutching his chest on halfway. It's starting to get a little bit feisty now between those two. Remember, Mina's on a yellow card, remember. And if he gets sent off here, then Everton's task has been made a hopeless. And the referee's not going to take any action against either one of the players. And here's Coleman, whose penalty will be feeling that he should have taken a penalty. Still 0-0 in the Spanish version of Monday Night Football. As Luckman tries to get the cross in and knocked away. That Spanish game, incidentally, is between Athletic Bilbao and Girona in the La Liga. Here's Coleman inside the area. Pulled back. Chances in there. Still might break for Everton. Inside the area. And in the end, Watford somehow hook it away. Oh, dear me. And here come Everton again, looking for this equaliser. Sigurdsson trying to get it round the corner. And it was Richarlison. Richarlison, of all people. The man in the Midas touch at the moment for Everton. The ball round the corner. The flag stayed down against... It was Sigurdsson who had the first effort. And Richarlison tried to do far too much. He should have shot as soon as he got the ball. With a lovely approach play, and Everton have walking up. Should have shot after he got the ball out of him under his feet. And it just allowed Queener to get back and deny him there right at the very last. Wow. So we got Cenk Tosun on for Ghana, for Drissa Gana Gay. So it looks as if Everton may well go three-pronged, perhaps. As Everton now trail by 2-1. It's turned around very, very quickly. It's been some match, this. Everton led, and then two quick-fire Watford goals have really put the Toffees in a bit of a sticky situation here. As Coleman has the ball here for Everton. This is turning out to be some match, this, here at Goodison. Now, who says Monday Night Football was dead? Whoever said it wants to look at himself. Digne now plays the ball in. A chance here, and the ball went behind Calvert-Lewin and Richarlison, but the flag had gone up in any case for an offside decision. Oh, my goodness me, gracious me. So, 0-0, as I say, in Spain. And it's been... It's been an interesting 72 and a bit minutes so far here at Goodison. And it could still go either way. Everton were trailing 2-1, remember, against Everton, against Watford. They're looking for their first win in a long, long time. And just to remind you of the goal scorers, as we see Watford substitutions of an own goal from Richarlison after 15 minutes. Controversial one, put Watford 1-0 down. A Success now comes off for Watford, and again, he's got to be careful here. Success, I think, cleverly being taken off there by Javi Gracia. And then Coleman with an own goal at 63, and the Corey 2 minutes later putting Watford ahead. And then all of a sudden they had a penalty, Everton, a minute later, and Sigurdsson's right-footed penalty went down the middle, and it was saved quite brilliantly with the outstretched left foot of Ben Foster. Success taking a long time to come off the field there, I've got to tell you. And Nathaniel Chalobah, who actually had a bit of time on loan at Burnley a few years ago, comes on. It's Watford try to pack the midfield a bit now, just to try and see this to the finish. 2-1 ahead, an own goal, and a goal from the Corey could settle the issue after Richarlison had put Everton one up against his former club. But here's a chance now inside the area. Delafeu trying to play it on there, and a chance inside the area, but it was hooked away as Watford went forward, and now a chance at the other end. Out comes Foster. Pereira man in the match. So one vote for Digne, one vote for Pereira. And both count because they put JB Man of the Match as a hashtag. And everyone else, you've got about 15 minutes to change the voting. Don't forget JB MLTM followed by the player's name of your selection from either Everton or Watford. Please make it in the comments below if you would, please. The ball over the top, but it's going to throw for Jordan Pickford. Probably at fault for the second goal. And Everton conceded. Nothing he could have done about the first one. The ball just ricocheting off the goalkeeper, off the defender Coleman. And it's very rare. I don't think it was a mistake. It was just a bit of unfortunate luck. That looked a foul there. Free kick. Foul on Calvert-Lewin. Now then, Watford. I've got to be careful. Holivas has conceded a free kick. It's from the right-hand side in front of the Goddard Street end. 1-2 is the lead to Watford. Everton 1, Watford 2. We're inside the last quarter of an hour. Sigurdsson to take the free kick for Everton, who want to atone for his penalty miss. Sigurdsson playing it in towards the penalty area again. Good defending by Cathcart for Watford. Sigurdsson again turns the ball round towards Seamus Coleman. Coleman down the right hand side. Needs to find a little bit of support. Has to wrestle the cross in there, but the ball is headed away. Deeney with a chest turned down, and Deeney will try and get the ball back again, but he can't. He's run out of pitch. Halfway inside the Watford half rather. And it's going to be probably played exclusively down the right hand end, the Goddard Street end, as we look from the Bullens Road end, or the Bullens Road stand. 2-1 to Everton. 76 minutes played at Goodison Park, inside the last 14 minutes of this game. A game that's swung and toed and froed all the way. It's been absolutely incredible. But who will come out on top here at Goodison? Dignan trying to play it into Richarlison. Dignan can't get the ball back a second time. And this really is a terrific performance from Watford, who have never won an away match in Premier League history, or in 12 whole-time away games, stretching back to the old First Division days of the mid-80s. They've never ever won an away match. Maybe tonight is a little piece of club history if they hang on to this 2-1 advantage. Ben Foster drops the ball beneath his feet and kicks away left-footed. 3/4 of the way up the field. The ball breaks to Tozen. It finds Luckman, but Luckman was bundled out of it by two players. And now Coleman gets it back to Keane. Keane to hook it forward to Coleman, who himself will want to atone for his unfortunate misdemeanour. And it was a bit unfortunate. I don't think you can hold him too much responsible for what went wrong. Now then, Andre Gomez, who was at the hub of so many brilliant things that Everton produced in the first half. The ball out towards the far side. Lovely work. Now Dignan needs to be a good cross. Dignan inside the area. Tozen inside. Still might break for Everton. Richarlison's in there, but so too was Foster. Put the ball from his feet. And again, the former Watford striker is denied by the current Watford goalkeeper. Again, the good move down the left-hand side. Dignan played it in. Tozen with a good ball around the corner. Richarlison just couldn't dig it out from under his feet. And in the end, it allowed Foster just to come a yard or two off his line and spread himself like an eagle and grab the ball. Still 2-1 to Watford. What a game this has turned out to be. A great second half. Wasn't a bad first half either. Great Monday night fare here on the Monday Game Live from Goodison Park. Everton 1, Watford 2 is the scoreline. We've got 12 minutes to go here at Goodison. And a game that's really toed and froed either way, and a terrific end to the round of fixtures this weekend of Premier League, as we're now heading rapidly now towards the business end of the first part of the season. Of course, the festive fixtures to come later on in the month. Of course, Christmas and the Boxing Day traditional feast, as Coleman tries to slide away from two challengers. One of them was Deeney, and he was bundled over. Gomez plays the ball towards the far side. Dignan might win the header. Tozen is in there. A break for Sigurdsson, who swipes at it and miscues with his right foot and hooked away to a throw-in for Everton, a level with the edge of the Watford penalty area on the far side of the field. Dignan will go long from the throw-in, almost Dave Challoner style, that towards the first Or Rory de Lap, rather. Almost towards the first man. Didn't really reach him. Dignan will try again. Gets forward. That's a better cross inside the penalty area. There were two men free. One of them was with Charlton. The other one was Luckman at the far side of the penalty area. And in the end, could not be found. Coming towards the final 10 minutes, and here come Watford again, and Delafeo now on the far side. Delafeo cuts inside, and the ball will break for Shalabar. It will be a corner to Watford though, and a little bit of respite for Grazier's team. 10 minutes exactly plus stoppage time to go. Everton 1, Watford 2. What a performance this is going to be for Watford if they hang on for 3 points here this evening. It's been a terrific game of football here. The Monday night game live. He knows he's so close now, Javi Gracia. Shalabar, I think, has been booked, for wasting time. Kevin Friend needs to get a grip on things. I think the referee's performance may well leave a lot of people in the ground scratching his head. So Nathaniel Shalabar is now on a yellow card. And here comes the corner to Watford. There's only 4 in green in the penalty area, including Shalabar, as this corner comes into the Everton penalty area. They brought quite a number of men back there, the Evertonians, as well. Ball out towards the near side, the Watford left, but the ball out of play for a throw-in for Everton. Now Richarlison needs to get up the other end of the field. He had a couple of opportunities just a moment ago. Dignan with the cross, Tozan couldn't reach it, and Richarlison just didn't dig it out from under his feet, and it was hooked away by Pereira. Still 1, Everton 1, Watford 2. Watford have got a decision here, and I think they've got is it a throw-in or a free kick? Oliver's just checking. It's a throw-in, says the referee. Remember, you've still got about 8.5 minutes to choose your man in the match, otherwise we'll be having the casting vote here at this moment in time. So here we go. Watford are trying to look for the third one. They've never actually won a Premier League away match when they've trailed in at half time. So this, again, we could see another club record fall by the wayside here this evening. Another stat tumble away. Was always a first time for everything, and it's all happening for Watford at Goodison tonight. They lead by 2 goals to 1, having trailed 1-0 at the break. Gerard Delafeo, there's a player down in the air on the ground. It's Nathaniel Shalabar again. And it's getting a bit tense and a little bit feisty now, one must say. This game is going all the way to the finish. Who will win through on the day? Free kick. I've just actually mentioned that stat before you before you came across Russ on that stat, but then basically moments away from doing it if they can hold on. It's all about sends the 3 kick in towards the far post, and if they'd have gone in there to score the third one, I couldn't see Everton coming back from there on in. They still might though. They kept possession remarkably well, and there's Delafeo breaking forward and almost getting very fortunate indeed. But now Everton need to break here, and they can't succeed. The referee is playing on. The referee playing on with Deeney. What a game this is turning out to be. Pereira now on the far side. Dignan to face him. Dignan concedes the throw in, and Watford will be happy with that decision. And now, and Pereira's had a little flash with one of the ball boys. And it's getting a little bit feisty here at Goodison Park now. Gracia pleading for calm from the Watford end of things as the ball is sucked away off Deeney, off a defender for a corner for Watford. And what a performance Watford have put on here tonight. Well, I was looking forward to covering both teams. I was impressed with Watford when they came to Burnley earlier on in the season, and they took a 3-1 victory, tremendously deserved as well, back from Turf Moor. I know they've gone off the boil a bit. I was looking forward to watching Everton tonight and commentating on them, because they have looked a good side at flashes and shown flashes of what they can do under Marco Silva, but I have been a little bit disappointed with them, especially in the second half and especially in defence. Something that Marco may well have to look at afterwards. Here's Queener, who's played really well tonight and could be up there for man of the match. Remember, you've got just over 5.5 minutes to make your decision. Remember, JB, hashtag JBMLTM, followed by the player of your selection. You've got 5 minutes to change it all. We've got a double for man of the match. So 5 minutes almost to go, and the ball threaded out to Seamus Coleman on the right. Bit of space for him to work into. The cross gets a slight nick on it, and he's hooked out, I think, for a corner off Tolibas. Tolibas conceding the corner. Now then, can Everton find an equaliser? They found one against Newcastle last Wednesday night in that 1-1 scoreline. Lookman with the right foot into the penalty area towards the near post. Didn't really get past the first man. Everton get a throw-in. How they could do with Gary Stevens taking these long throw-ins. Lookman to take the throw-in then. Takes it quickly. Looked like a foul throw to me, but the referee allowed it. And here's Lookman now. Oh, that's a poor ball by him. A man that's shown so much promise, but maybe has gone off the ball a little bit here. Is a really good player. But again, if he'd have been a bit more mature of a player, well, who knows? Michael goes on to say, Queen has had a very good game, but the only thing that's edged it in favour of Pereira, for me, is 2 assists. And I must admit, if I get the casting vote, I would actually give it to Pereira as well. I think he's had a good game, but I had to give a mention out to Queen. He's done really, really well. And I have to say, so too is Craig Cathcart as well. And a special mention for Ben Foster, whose save at the moment could be a match-winning penalty save. It's been a real dogged performance from Watford. And with less than 4 minutes to go here, plus stoppage time at Goodison Park, Watford are on course to their first ever win at this ground. And it will be very disappointing for Everton, who had high hopes of getting 3 points here tonight. But Watford have had other ideas. An unlucky deflection for the first goal off the defender Coleman. Nothing wrong about the way that Decore took his goal terrifically well. Pereira with the cross back, and what a good header it was into the air. It's all been happening here on the JB Clark YouTube channel. I hope you very much enjoyed this live commentary. Again, we went live with it about 6 hours before we went live. And we went ahead with it live, so I'm really glad we're done. And here's Gomez now for Everton. 2-1 down, remember. They need something now in reply. Can they force an equaliser? They've got less than 3 minutes plus time added on to do it. And they could possibly do it. Seamus Coleman now on the near side. Into Abdullah Lookman. Lookman to Keane. Keane now getting it forward. Has to pump it into the penalty area if he can. Ball around the corner. Coleman has stayed onside. Coleman still has the ball, has to play back to Keane, back to Coleman. Coleman needs to dig out across. Header comes in, but saved by Foster from Sigurdsson's header. Inside the penalty area, towards the right-hand post. The near post as we look from the Bullens Road stand. And no problems for the goalkeeper Foster, whose penalty save could have won all 3 points for Watford. Tonight's attendance, incidentally, has been confirmed by our stats man, Russ Burnham, as 38,400. A good, sizable crowd, even for a Monday night game. And that is a real special thing as well. As Troy Deeney concedes a 3 kick. And gets a talking to off-referee friend who's certainly not been anyone's friend tonight. He's not made any friends with both Everton or Watford at this point. Bit of wrestling going on with him and Andre Gomez. And he shouldn't be too alarmed. He's Timo in front. He shouldn't be too angry. He's on course for a victory. Why would he want to do a full thing like that? 1:10 then of the second half of normal time to go. Plus there might be a little bit of time added on. Maybe 3 or 4 minutes for stoppages towards the end. But what a game it has been here at Goodison Park. We're in the last minute of the game. And the majority of the 38,400 fans were hoping for an Everton equaliser. Throw-in from the far side, level with the Watford area. It's hooked behind for a corner off the defender. And wouldn't it be an irony if Mina was to score now from the set piece? Watford should have sitting when he should have been sent off on more than one occasion. Dignan with the corner. And we're told it's going to be 6 minutes, but we'll get that confirmed in just a moment. The ball's out of the area and over the top by Richarlison. And over the bar it goes. We're here in 6 minutes. It's a corner, I think. A deflection on it. So the drama and the plot still thickens further. 10 seconds away from the end of 90 minutes. And I'm going to give the man of the match, incidentally, to Pereira for his 2 assists. So Ben Foster and Corey running very close as the corner comes in towards the near side and headed away. So 600 minutes it is as Gomez knocks the ball in, and that will buoy Everton a little bit now because they've got to go forward, and they may as well go forward now, looking for an equalising goal. The drama intensifies here this Monday evening here at Goodison Park. Everton 1, Watford 2, and we're 30 seconds inside the first of the 6, and we're going to see a substitution. We're going to see the number 6 Mariappa, the former Crystal Palace player. He's going to attend to the fray. And number 20, Quina, who's had a terrific game himself. A special mention to him. He will come off the field. But remember, he's got to bear in mind that if he time wastes any further, then the referee's liable to add time added on at the end of time added on. So just to remind you that Pereira has been awarded the JB man of the match. So I've had the casting vote. Pereira deserves it, in my opinion, for the way he's performed. Mariappa is my mate's cousin, he says, Mike. Another link with Watford, but here we go. Back the ball back to Delavere, and then he gets involved with a bit of pushing and shoving with Pickford. It's a free kick, incidentally, to Everton. What a finish this is going to be here at Goodison Park. Everton 1, Watford 2 now. What a game it's turned out to be here at Goodison Park. A terrific Monday night fair for you all. The Monday game live. And we've had a super one here. And the ball booked in. And Foster gets the ball in. And it only needed a bit more of a flick from the Everton players. There's 2 going in there. And it just needed a loop it over Ben Foster. Keep it on target. And it might have been 2-2. Everton have had the chances since the second goal. Watford goal. They had the penalty, which was saved from Sigurdsson by Ben Foster's outstretched left foot. And that save, I think, could be the difference between them winning this game and drawing it. What a goal hero he's going to be. He may not have been man of the match on the JB man of the match, but he's been a Watford hero. I don't think there's much doubt about that. As the throw goes forward, and it's going to be Troy Deeney. You can't keep it in play, but it'll waste a few seconds. We played 2.5 of the 6. We've got about 3.5 minutes to go. Time running out for Marco Silva and his men. They were leading at half-time for a controversial goal in 15 minutes by Richarlison. But my goodness, they hit back strongly in the second half. Watford 2 goals in 5 minutes for them. An own goal by Seamus Coleman. And then a goal from Decore after Pereira hooked the ball back from the right-hand side. This has been some match to watch, and I hope you've enjoyed the full match commentary experience from Goodison Park. Our first visit to the ground this season, and it's been an exciting one for the neutral, I can tell you. Decore has it on the far side, just takes his time, plays the ball forward, but again, Lookman gets it away for Everton, but the ball is run back. And again, Everton win the ball back. They've got less than 3 minutes of stoppage time to play. And Tozan and Mariappa in a race on the far side, but it's hooked away once more. What a finish to this game here. We'll be with you at least until about time added on. There's been some late drama in the game in Spain. Bilbao scored late on through Anduris, and a penalty in the second minute of time added on there. But at the moment, as we're going to 600 minutes at the end, Everton looking for this equalising goal, but it's at the moment it's been knocked away once again. We've just glitched. We got over 2 minutes, and Coleman showing a clean pair of heels there. And the ball playing into the penalty area. Free kick against, was it Pereira, I think? Pereira, is it Casabelli, I think? Casabelli, rather, than Pereira. Now then, Everton with 90 seconds of normal time to stoppage time rather to go, have a free kick situation. Sigurdsson is one of the three men over it. Richarlison wants a piece. Dignan wants a piece. Delafeo standing at least 2 yards off the ball here. Maybe he needs to stop going back towards 10 yards. Ben Foster erecting a wall here. I'll let you know as soon as I get a view of the wall how many's in that Watford wall. Plus Everton players. 5 Watford players plus Tozan making it 6 in the wall altogether. Dignan or with... Well, it's not. It's going to be Dignan with a free kick. It's gone in. It's gone in. Dignan makes it 2-2. What a game this is turning out to be. It's 2-2, and Watford so cruelly denied 3 points right at the last. They may end up taking one back to Watford, but it'll feel like a defeat for them. A terrific free kick with the left foot into the left-hand corner of the net. And what a superb free kick. And Ben Foster did not have a chance. 2 apiece. And there's still 20 seconds of the 6 to play. And Everton will still feel they can win it from here. Wow, what a game at Goodison Park. It may well just end 2 apiece. We're literally 5 seconds away from the end here. But what a fantastic game. What a dramatic game. I don't think it was Pereira who gave away the 3 kick, you know. It was Casabelli, and he wasn't in the frame for man of the match. But anything can happen. We're over the 6 minutes, and now Watford with Delafeo on the far side. He might make it here. It's Delafeo inside the area. Still a chance in there. The ball across. Oh, and Pereira trying to play it in there towards... Troy Deeney. And there goes the full-time whistle. What a match. A point apiece. Everton will feel so relieved about that. They were trailing until about 30 seconds away from the end of stoppage time. And Dignan curling a superb left-footed 3 kick into the top left-hand corner. Ben Foster never moved for it. He knew how good that 3 kick actually was. And it saved Everton's skins and saved Gylfi Sigurdsson as well, because he missed a penalty at 2-1 down to draw level. Watford will feel very hard done by, and cruelly so. But there you go. It's ended 2-2. The goals after 15 minutes by Richarlison put Everton a goal up. Then a Coleman own goal in 63, and then 2 minutes later Decore with a superb header from 3 yards. Nodded it in to make it 2-1. But then Dignan at the end with a 3 kick. Left-footed, goes into the back of the net to make it 2-2. 4 goals, controversy, potential red cards. We've had the whole deal here this evening here at Goodison Park. It's been a remarkable game here on the Monday game. And I have been really privileged to bring it live to you here from Goodison Park. Our first visit to the ground this season, the famous old ground. And it's not disappointing in terms of entertainment. And I've got to say credit to both sides for Nolivas feels very hard done by. He feels frustrated and upset. And you can understand Watford being like that. But you've got to give credit to Everton. It will feel like a win for them tonight, considering they came across. What a performance. What a great performance. And well, it's a nice thing for me to say. I hope I've enhanced the enjoyment even further. Fantastic game, fantastic commentary by John Stuttard, future match of the day commentator. Well, we'll see about that another time, but what a game it has been, and what coverage we've brought you here. Remember, we'll be back with European football during the midweek, and with an outstanding Champions League game to be covered in a delay fashion. Then we'll do live commentary of a Europa League match involving a British team on Thursday night. But here at Goodison Park, it's finished here in an absolute classic, and it will go down quite a long time in history, I would have thought. It's finished 2-2 here in the Premier League. What a game. Don't forget, next week we'll also have delayed coverage of Liverpool against Manchester United, neither Sunday night or Monday afternoon, next Monday afternoon for you, from around about 3 o'clock. And then in 2 weeks' time, Live Premier League football returns with Burnley's trip to Arsenal in the pre-Christmas round of fixtures in the Premier League. But I hope you've enjoyed our coverage of tonight's match at Goodison Park. And in fact, it was the handball by Casabelli that led to the thing. I didn't think it was a handball by Keane, but what a free kick that was from Dignan. A real genius free kick. Ben Foster's reaction at the end spoke very big volumes. So as the crowd, the 38,400 crowd, absolutely go away from Goodison Park, there'll be a small section of Watford fans who'll feel hard done by, but the vast amount of them, 37,000 Everton fans, will feel relieved and will feel like they've won the game rather than drawn. But a fantastic performance, great game, excellent game. Just end with these two wonderful comments from Mike and Russ here. Excellent game, fully enjoyed that, and the commentary from the faultless John Stuttard, and it's better than you'll hear on Radio 5 Live, and Russ completely agrees. And that's what a good way to end a terrific game of football. We had 4 goals, so much controversy, free kicks, red cards that was possibly missed by Mr. Fred, the referee. We had the lot, but at the end it's a point apiece for both Everton and Watford. 2 apiece, it's finished, and I'm out of breath and I need to go now. Watford, incidentally, have 21 points and sit comfortably in 12th place. But and Everton, I think, stay in 7th place at the moment in the Premier League standings. And before we go, Athletic Bilbao did win 1-0 in a very tight game against Girona. But that's it from me, JB, John Stuttard. Have a fantastic rest of your week. We'll see you during midweek for the Champions League and Europa League games. But for tonight, thank you very much for listening in. It's been a classic. It's been a real thriller to bring to you. In fact, before we go, let's hear from one of the goal scorers, Dignan.
For sure, we need to win this game. We are at home and the fan always push us, but tonight we need to be more decisive in the two zone. We are not, but we saved the defeat, and we need to continue to unbeaten.
You got a little bit of happiness about such a late goal?
Yeah, no, I'm happy. I'm happy to score my first goal at home for sure, but I prefer to win and didn't score.
Up until then, is it a crazy 5 minutes that has cost Everton, or was there more to it than that?
Yeah, no, it's always in England. Sometimes the game is more open, and we need to be more focused, and we need to continue the work.
Just finally, 2 really even bigger games, I suppose, coming up in Manchester City and Tottenham. Do you need to raise your game then for those, do you think?
Yeah, we are here for play against the best team, and we need to work this week like the other week, and to prepare the best manner for the team.
That was Lucas Dignan at the end, but what a performance. That's it, we do have to leave you tonight, but what a game. Frills, spills, controversy, 4 magnificent goals, even an own goal thrown in for good measure. What a night here at Goodison Park. The Monday game was a classic, and most of our games have been complete classics, and this one certainly is in the no exception variety. It's finished here, Everton 2, Watford 2. From me, JB, enjoy the rest of your Monday, and we'll see you in midweek. Till then, good night.